Hello, it's Mary Beth Shaw. I want to tell you a story, kind of. It's about how I learned of Judy Woods. I found out about Judy online. You know how we run across people on Instagram or maybe Facebook and we hear their name and something pulls us in. Well, that's how it was with Judy. I have been painting abstract work for, 24 years now. And, every once in a while you kind of hit a point where you feel like you want to take your own work to the next level. And that's where I was when I learned about Judy. And the thing I knew about my own work at that time was it felt busy to me. It felt it didn't feel cohesive. I felt like there were a lot of layers floating around and I wasn't bringing the work into the place where I wanted it to be. So it was early in that year, whatever it was probably maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I learned about Judy. And she was offering this little art starts or something like that workshop for just a few days. And I signed up for it. And now she's doing the same thing. It's called the Art for Good workshop. And you basically get to sample what she's like as a teacher. You get to see some of the real classes that she does. You get to work through them, and it's fantastic. When I did the class, I was actually with my husband. We were taking a winter beach vacation in North Carolina, and I went out and bought a set of craft grade paint and a notebook of watercolor paper, and that's what I used. And I became so smitten with the way Judy teaches and how she covers what I consider the basics of painting, the elements of design and composition and color and all the things. I just became very interested in studying with her longer. And I did go ahead and sign up for her ongoing class, which I've gotten so much out of. And I even go back to it because it's that good. So anyway, what I want to do now is turn the camera. I'm going to show you some of the art I made, show you some of Judy's stencils that are made by StencilGirl Products. What a surprise. And then we'll just keep talking a little bit. And then you'll have an idea whether you think the Art for Good workshop might be for you, and if you would want to be interested in going on and studying with Judy like I did. So let me flip the camera. Okay, so here we were down at the beach, and I remember this is one of the ones I made there, and I think it maybe went this way. And it's just on this inexpensive paper. I don't even think I followed the instructions particularly as far as the substrate, and also Judy was not using stencils in her work at that time, but naturally, you know how I am, I have to put stencils into everything I do. And I was very excited about the concepts that she was putting forth, and I loved it. Here is another one I made at that time over those few days, and I learned these techniques that I had just not learned before, and that was so invigorating to me as an artist. Loved it. I think I think this is the other one I did when I was down there. Yes. So here I am, on a beach vacation, but I was taking a few hours every day with my very, very limited supplies and with Judy's great instruction, and I was coming up with work that pleased me quite a bit. So later on, when I bought Judy's ongoing classes, I did these pieces and got into some shape-based work, which that was also a thrill for me and set me on this journey about shape in my own work, because Judy does that so well in her work. And I don't know if these are finished or what, but I have plenty of them around the studio, but I just thought I'd show you these since they were all the same format. And I hope, and what I strive to do every time I take lessons from a teacher, is to make the work my own. And I use some of my own stencils in here, and I use certainly a lot of collage because that's what I do. And I have my own ideas about color, of course. But the point is, I mean, I absolutely felt as though I kind of flourished under Judy's capable guidance. And I just wanted to pop in here and say that to you. These days, so here's how, here's how I have my setup. This is it's a little S ring, or S hook, I guess. And I have the larger stencils just hooked on this because there's open places, and you know, I can just hang them up. I have them hanging right next to my easel. So when I'm painting larger work, I have these stencils right here. And these are Judy's plus some of mine. And it is awesome to be able to just take them off the hook, spread them out on a table, and see what I've got, what shape resonates with me. I also have, this is the masks from Judy's big stencils. Love these. And I mean, the masks themselves are just turning into pieces of art. Look at this, right? Because I work them on both sides, and these will eventually get thick enough that what I will do is cut them down and put them in my work because I love that. I mean, they're really getting nice, right? So I just thought I'd come in front of you today and tell you how much Judy means to me as a teacher and as one of our designers for StencilGirl. So you may want to go take a look at her stencils or some of the others that I used in these pieces of art. And I hope you'll consider doing her Art for Good. It's definitely worthwhile.